Hi, my name is Laura Pitkote and I'm back with another video. Today's topic is all about how to keep more of your money. Because there's three components to money. One is knowing how to earn it, two is knowing how to keep it, and three is knowing how to grow it. Today I'm going to teach you a strategy that will help you keep more of the money that you're making, and it's going to include your kids and taking all of their expenses and writing it off on your taxes so you can quit paying taxes and give that money to your kids. Now you have to be 100% your child's parent, but this strategy can also work with nieces, nephews, and grandchildren, but there is a slightly different approach, so I recorded a separate video going over just that, and I will leave a link for it in the description. So now if you don't know a little bit about me, I'm a real estate investor, and in my business, I don't just focus on implementing strategies that will help me make more money, but I also focus on implementing strategies that will help me keep more of the money that I make. One of the ways to achieve this is by actually having my daughter involved in my business. And also, for the strategy to work, you have to have a business entity set up. So if you're not necessarily in the real estate investing business, this can also work, but you do need an entity. So whether you have an LLC, an S Corp, or even if you are a sole proprietor, it's all gonna work. I'm just gonna show you how to implement this strategy differently based on which entity you have. Okay, so if you're wondering, how can you take all of your kids' expenses and deduct it from your taxes? Because if you were to gather all the receipts from your kids' soccer lessons, dance lessons, all the money that you spend on their clothes, on toys, and take it to your CPA and ask him to deduct it from your business as expenses, your CPA would tell you that he can't do that. But of course, there is a creative and a legal way to do this, and what you have to do is you have to get your kids involved in your business by putting them on payroll and paying them a salary. What this means is exactly what it sounds like. Your kids have to earn the money, and right now, if you're giving your kids money without accountability or them earning it, you're actually hurting them more than helping them. Teach them how to earn the money now so that when they are teenagers, they aren't a complete train wreck. The beautiful part of this is that by getting your kids involved in your business, you're teaching them self-reliance, small business ownership skills, you're teaching them a concept of a job well done, and you're actually saving money in your business by not having to hire outside help because you're gonna give your kids money that you were gonna give them anyways, except now you're saving on taxes at the same time. What my CPA told me is a good age to put a child on payroll is by the time they turn 6 years old. Now you may be thinking, what can my 6-year-old possibly do for my business? And I'm here to tell you a lot, because think of all the little tasks that you have to do for your business, or you're hiring someone else to do it for you that your 6-year-old can simply take over and do instead. Tasks such as paper shredding, filing, stuffing envelopes, scanning, bookkeeping, or cleaning a rental property. You may have this question, and if it hasn't popped up in your head, it may pop up later, and that is, if you're now paying your kids, won't your kids now have to pay taxes? And the answer is no. As long as you're paying your kids $6,350 per year or less, they are not required to pay taxes. Now think about this. You were gonna give your kids this money anyways for all their shopping trips to the mall, whenever they go out with friends, or for all their school supplies and all the other things that your kids need to buy, and you were gonna get taxed on that money. But now, since you are paying your kids, it's a deduction to your business. You don't have to pay tax on it, and your kids don't have to pay tax on it. So it's a win-win. Now, you wouldn't pay somebody $10,000 per month to shred paper. So don't be greedy with your kids' salary and pay them accordingly. Of course, when they get older and they are able to handle more advanced tasks, you can pay them more because they're gonna have to be saving up money for college, or they're gonna have just more expenses in general. Now, how do you implement this strategy? First off, every single one of your kids has to have their own separate bank account. So this is the perfect time to take your 6-year-old to the bank and show them how the process works, get their first debit card set up, and walk them through the system and teach them how to be accountable and responsible and how to manage their money. Now, there are two approaches to this strategy. One is if you have kids that are under the age 18, and second is if you have kids that are 18 or older. I'm going to show you how to implement this strategy in both cases based on which entity you have set up for your business. We're just going to jump over to the whiteboard and I will show you how. Okay, so you might be operating as a sole proprietor, as an LLC, or as an S corporation. If you're operating as a sole proprietor or an LLC, you can just pay the kids directly to their bank account. So this will be considered as an outside labor expense and you transfer money directly into the child's bank account. With an S Corp, it's a little bit different because you can't just transfer money directly into the child's bank account. That is not good. What you have to do is you have to set up a family management company, and you're going to be paying a fee to your family management company that's actually going to just be a sole proprietorship. And then from there, you're going to pay the kids directly to their bank accounts. Okay, so I'd like to mention a couple of cool parts. As I did mention earlier, as long as you're paying your kids $6,350 per year or less, they don't have to file a tax return. Since you are paying your own kids that are under 18 years old, you don't have to issue a 1099 or W-2, and also you don't have to worry about a FICA or workers' comp unless you are in Washington. For some reason, you do have to issue workers' comp in Washington for your own kids. Another question that you might have is, how do you write off taxes on the family management company? So let me just mention this really fast. Let's say you have one child that you're paying $6,000 to. So you would transfer a $6,000 fee to the family management company. Then from the family management company, you would transfer the $6,000 over to the child's bank account. Then when it's tax time, the family management company files a Schedule C. So the family management company's total income was $6,000. Then you deduct the $6,000 as outside labor expenses. So therefore, tax is 0. Okay, so the next part of the strategy is if you have kids that are 18 and older. So once again, we have our business entities, which is a sole proprietorship, LLC, or an S Corp. And with kids that are 18 years and older, you do have to issue a 1099 or a W-2, and I'm always going to lean towards a 1099 and treat them as a subcontractor. And with an S Corp, you no longer need a family management company. So with all of these, you just 1099 your child, and it's fairly simple. Now, this is a bonus strategy that you can use to invest in real estate with your kids. So now that your kids have earned income, they can fund their own Roth IRAs. That Roth IRA can become a partner in your next LLC that purchases a rental property. You acquire it tax-free, and then when you sell it, that money goes back into the Roth IRA and take it out tax-free to fund their college or their retirement. How cool is that? I hope you enjoyed this strategy and you'll be able to implement it in your business, save taxes, and be able to teach your kids how to manage their money. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this strategy, please be sure to leave it a thumbs up. If you are enjoying content like this, I will be putting it out every single week. So please be sure to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date, and I will see you in the next video.